All right, boys. So here we are, pretty much with another discussion video. Just because I've been really enjoy just pretty much talking about grandcross. You know, sometimes I enjoy just not having to play the same metas over and over in PvP. Sometimes I just like to talk about and discuss grandcross in terms of leaks, or obviously what people have in terms of opinions on the 6th anniversary. And this one is a pretty interesting leak coming from the Forest server. And will be a beta league featuring a meta that I really want to see succeed and have a little bit of life in Grand Cross PvP. And that will be for the humans, as they are talking about having a URFest PERCIVIAL. Now again, this is just a beta leak. Any of these things can change or probably never happen. Who knows? Especially because this is featuring a UR character. And just take all this stuff with a grain of salt. This is just more so of a discussion video of anything. This is not me saying, yeah, this is going to be guaranteed. But if it does, it could be cool from what I read. So this is going to be a new URFest PERCIVIAL. Again, this is the rarity UR. And the attribute could be green or light. Race human, of course. And the weapon will be Sword of Eternal Darkness. So this is his passive. Again, they pretty much need to give you like general topics in terms of what the passive could be, a little bit of clip notes. Obviously it's not gonna give you the full-on description, but it gives you an idea of what they could be referring to. So we got applicable allies being humans for code and 50% chance for fairies. Hopefully not for fairies, but because fairies already got the meta. And then it gets stronger per ally, alive ally, and weaker the less. So it kind of promoting more characters to survive, which is going to be pretty hard in normal PvP, right? And it's going to be a healing machine unit, probably like how you've seen with the light PERCIVIAL, and give self all stats, give allies base stats and defense related stats. Again, we've seen with light PERCIVIAL and green one. Gives allies damage reduction and gives allies Tarmiel Link the healing part. So I'm assuming being able to pretty much heal up, same thing with like light PERCIVIAL does, and allow you to heal after taking a certain amount of damage. And then you recover some HP back. And then it has revive, do hungry part, could be for allies as well, but is being tested. And it has cleanse for allies, gives self attack related stats / pierce. So knowing with the passive, I think it could be pretty interesting. Again, the thing that always struggle with characters like PERCIVIAL, who obviously allows you to heal back up, is that infect in PvP meta, it just really hurts you the most. Again, if a character infects you, obviously it prevents you from healing, and then a character can just deal high amounts of damage afterwards. So if this character can kind of stop the infect characters, or hopefully it's not like just a blue buff that can get like petrified by the new DN, I think this character could have a really viability in terms of the human team, especially allowing us to tank. Okay, so this guy has a talent. So the talent will be Hope. PERCIVIAL uses a buff / heal talent to protect his allies by giving them mini perks for increasing their survival. Now, I don't know what that means by increasing their survival. Is it going to like give them like more recovery? Is this going to give you a let's say with a buff / heal? I'm assuming it must be like a recovery rate or a recovery buff that allows you to heal up every time you probably take damage, right? That's what I'm assuming. But it also says you can heal as well too, so it'd be kind of interesting to see what that does. Hopefully it kind of like prevents effects to have happen. That could be pretty cool too, kind of like what we've seen with Alpha in terms of the misform gray buff that she gives for her team. That could be pretty cool. And then skill 1 is an AoE attack card with pierce and a new effect. Okay, makes sense. And single target ult control card mixed with damage and other effects. Could be pretty mid, but we'll see. And the ultimate will be Despair, which will also have its own passive that you mix with dupes. It's an AoE ultimate that lowers enemy stats heavily and apply a new debuff on them. Okay, that could be a pretty cool mechanic in terms of the ultimate. Okay. That could be really interesting. Now, the thing is, like, usually with characters in terms of lowering enemy stats, ults, is that, like, it one-shots you, right? So sometimes, you have the lower stats ultimates, and they don't really hit as hard as you would like. Because, again, they try to have where the lowering enemy stat part is the part where it allows you to nuke. But we have had teams who are unable to be stat lower, like the Goddess Team Mayo teams, where they can be stat lord. So you really are hoping that ultimate will one shot in terms of the raw damage, instead of, yeah, you can one shot, but only if you are able to lower the enemy stats, which again, like I said before, if you face off against a goddess team, that will be impossible, but we'll see. Apparently, Nemaru wants to treat Percival like Melios by giving him something every year, whether it's a unit or a relic, but do take this info with a grain of salt. And again, he has some like pretty much Photoshop pictures. Again, these are not real pictures, by the way. This is just, you know, give an example. And this is probably what it's saying, like what he ultimate could look like. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. Especially because we got the news in terms of Vergis. Again, Vergis does have pretty much all these skills in the game. So if we get a new Fest Percival, and then Vergis kind of like buff up Percival characters, we could see a combo character where we feature Percival and Vergis. That would be pretty cool and pretty interesting, especially because again, if in terms of the new banner, we have Pelagard, which Pelagard honestly is a fun character to use in PvP. Again, I don't know how worthwhile he'll be in terms of running in a human team, just because again, there's just way better characters. This is what I'm saying, guys. Like, even if, let's say, Pelagard has potential in the future, there's just more and more human characters that are going to come out in the game before this guy ever gets rerun. Or right now, there's just probably better options than this guy for your box than to use him. Like, if you look at the human roster, there's so many characters you could use, especially if you've been kind of summoning on collabs. Like, you have the Mazzinos, you have the Shadow, like I said, Mazzino, Yiwa, Lancelot, Yor Escanor, you know, Holy Relic, because Bond just got one. You got the LR Bond. There's just so many options that you can just take from, rather than using Pelagard. I don't even know where my Pelagard is at, but yeah, Pelagard. There's just so many. Look at that, Nonsense you could probably use too. The new Light Escanor, and it's sometimes pretty cool. You use it alongside Lancelot, LR Brunhild. Again, there's just so many options, and that's what I hate about the human team. Like, the human team, the characters are cool, they're always fun to use, they're always super hype, but they just never last long into the meta. Like, there's always some sort of where humans just don't be synergizing well with each other. Like, we have the fairy team where the characters just flow so well together. You have Deanne, you have Alpha, you have Shadow, and then you have also Beta in the back, and the team just flows together, kind of like getting rid of all each other's weaknesses and also strengthening each other fully. Like, you have Deanne, who can provide the petrification, the healing, and sometimes nuking with the AoE. And obviously you got that damage reduction. You have the Beta, who is the backline, which can allow you just pretty much be able to heal up, so casually get some heals, especially if you're not infected. That is also really cool. And again, she also provides some other stuff like stats. You also have Alpha with the most broken passive possible, pretty much allowing you to not take any effect from two hits, meaning that you have to try to hit the team twice, or you can actually have your effect go into effect. And again, she also provides that that damage cap. Depending on whatever dupes you have, you get a 40% damage cap, which can prevent enemies from getting rid of you and your team. In terms of like Holy Relic, if she nukes you with her main single target, she gets to just heal up your team and cleanse the debuffs. That is crazy. This character is just insane for fairies, man. Every time I ever face fairies, I just make sure I get rid of her before anything. It's her and Shadow. Like, her and Shadow are probably one of the more dangerous things on the fairy team. I don't even look at Deanne. I don't even look at Deanne's way whenever I'm playing against fairies, bro. Because it's either Alpha or Shadow where you know you're in trouble once they are maxed out in terms of their passive. Again, it's just a lot of potential characters that I feel like if the humans would just flow well together, they could be, they could be something. And I feel like, unfortunately, because of, I think the devs have trauma from Purgatory Bond, where Purgatory Bond had his literally characters back and forth, just helping bond. Like you had the Twiggo, you had the Reinhardt, you had the Terry, just all helping bond, furthering bond team over and over and over. And again, that team was a team with synergy. Like, you know, when you face a Purgatory Bond team back in the old days, is that, okay, this character is going to boost HP for the humans. If they red, that's even better, because now you get the HP booster and it's a red unit, and Bond is going to eat. And I think devs have kind of like, it kind of just moved past on trying to build a solid synergized team for the humans. Again, it sucks because it's just like every human character that's on you see right now, they all do their own individual things. There's nothing that's just like, okay, if I do this, then it's gonna help out this other units. There's nothing that in terms of like supporting each other, like what we see with the Fairy team, and also with the Goddess team. Like the Goddess team have their own support type of function, where you have the Meliodas, who's the DPS, you have Mael, who's the semi slash disruptor DPS on the team, where he can prevent you from obviously applying those 1 damage debuffs on you. And then you also have the Margaret or Sariel to kind of be your support. Unknown just do their own thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like Unknown, they have no restrictions. Unknown is always gonna get a broken character. I don't know why. And even LR Milim, who came out with the Slime Rimuru collab, she's still broken. I'm sorry, man. She is still super broken. She's unstoppable. But yeah, that is going to be pretty much the discussion video for today. Again, let me know how you feel about the current news or beta leaks of Percival being a URFS. Are you hype? Are you excited? If it's true, do you think it's true, or you think it is a, let's say, a fib? But again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe again. And again, I'm gonna make sure I post the link to the server if you want to see the leaks for yourself. There are plenty more that I haven't really discussed in the video. But yeah, guys, this is Marilli, guys, and I'm out. Peace.